The New York Knicks are linked to one free agent in particular. Is he the right fit for the team, though? Let's talk about it. Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watt2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So we're going to talk a little New York Knicks basketball right now. So there was some news in free agency. News broke on Tuesday that Golden State Warriors guard Dante DiVincenzo will decline his $4.7 million player option. He will enter free agency, and he is already being linked to signing with the New York Knicks. There are many teams who are going to have some interest in him, but it seems like the Knicks would be a great fit for Dante. So let's talk a little bit about this player and who he is, why he's a fit, and why the Knicks might want to have second thoughts on him. So DiVincenzo is 25 years old, played in 72 games this season. He emerged as a pretty reliable depth player on a Golden State team that was really bereft with a lot of injuries, really cycled through a lot of different players. Now, he was a first-round pick in 2018. He's been with 3 different teams now already in his career, and he plays the wing very, very well. Plays very good defense, but this past year was really his career best. He shot a career best 39.7% from three-point range, and averaging 26 minutes per game, he averaged 9.4 points, 4.3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.3 steals. Plus, he plays very good perimeter defense, something that we know the Knicks need a whole lot more of. He is also a very good passer, worked very well in Golden State's motion offense, which could also work out very well with the Knicks. Now, the Warriors went 15-10 in games that he started, and the Warriors outscored those 25 opponents by a total of 157 points when he was on the floor. So the Warriors were definitely a better team when Dante was on the court. Now, this sounds like a player that just about any team would want to have. So why the Knicks? Well, a couple things. He plays with an edge very aggressively. He values winning above anything else. He's known for doing a lot of the little things very well. Now, that sounds a lot like Jalenbrunson and Josh Hart, who also, by the way, played at Villanova. See, Dante is a Villanova Wildcat alumnus, and that could be, they talk about all the big threes, the 3 superstars. Well, the Knicks might be working on their trifecta of former Villanova Wildcats. Now, I want to reference somebody here, Daniel Marks. He's a former scout with the Milwaukee Bucks. He now works at Howard University with their men's basketball program. He's a strategist. I want to read his quote about DiVincenzo. He's always been a winner. He was a part of 2 national titles at Villanova, won a championship with us with the Bucks. He knows what it takes to win. He's not a guy that's going to color outside the lines. He can play multiple positions, defend multiple positions. He plays his ass off. He's a really good rebounder for a guard. And then when pressed further on if he's going to be a fit with the Knicks, here's what Marks had to say. He would fit well. He would give them another tough, hard-nosed player. Obviously, you've got Brunson and you've got Hart. These are both guys that he's familiar with. And here's the quote. Those are the types of players that Tom Thibodeau likes. So the point of that quote is Tom Thibodeau has a very specific kind of player that he wants. Hard-nosed, aggressive, plays good defense. And the Knicks didn't really have a lot of those. But another thing they didn't really have was shooting. And DiVincenzo would be very much an upgrade when it comes to outside shooting. So that's why I think he would fit very, very well with the Knicks. Now, they're going to have some competition for him. Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit, Indiana, these are all teams rumored to have interest in Dante. And as far as the money he's making, well, he made under $5 million this year. Right now, reports are surfacing he could be looking for $10 to $12 million. So the other thing that I got to really think about was last year with Golden State, when he's surrounded by Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the like, was that a career season for him? Did he benefit because of the level of talent he was playing with? And also, whose minutes are you going to give to him? Are you going to cut down the minutes for Quentin Grimes? Are you going to trade Emmanuel Quigley? how's that going to work out? All factors to consider. I'm very much intrigued by the possibility. It sounds like he would be a very good fit for what the Knicks need to do to help take another step. I mean, this move by itself will not propel them to being a championship-level club, but it would definitely get them to solve some of their weaknesses from last season. So those are my thoughts on Donte. I also want to take a minute and talk about Josh Hart. So Josh Hart, as I'm recording, it's Wednesday at 8:30. He has until tomorrow, Thursday, to opt into his contract or become a free agent. So Josh Hart has a player option for $12.9 million. He has to choose whether he's going to exercise that or not. Now, the instinct would be he would probably want to decline it, test the open market, but the Knicks could use that option to retain him and also extend him on a more lucrative deal with additional time. So while he might make more money now, the Knicks might be able to save some money in future years by giving him additional time on the contract. So here's the deal with the collective bargaining agreement. This is important. So you could sign a contract for up to 120%. This is the way it had been. Up to 120% of your prior final year's contract with your current team. That 120% just went up to 140%. So the Knicks could offer Hart more money. He could sign, after the player option is over, he could sign to another 4-year deal with the Knicks up to $81.2 million. So when you do the math, he could be opting into a contract worth 5 years and up to $94 million in guaranteed money. Now, based off the impact that Hart made after he came over to the Knicks from Portland during the trade deadline, the Knicks would be very well served to keep him. He averaged 10.2 points per game, 7 rebounds, and his shooting was pretty solid for the most part. I mean, his outside shooting, three-point shooting isn't the best, but he's got a good mid-range jump shot, plays excellent defense, but he's got the heart. He's got the desire. We've talked about this. He really seemed to be one of those glue guys that took everybody's play up another level, and that is one reason why the Knicks really need to keep him. He's that blood and guts guy that they otherwise, in my mind, don't have. The straw that stirs the drink, the John Starks, maybe with a little bit more athleticism, though. So I'll be very interested to see if Josh Hart chooses to go with that player option, or maybe he and the Knicks are working on a whole new contract right now, but I do believe by Thursday night we'll have some news on this. Well, those are my thoughts on both the Knicks in free agency with Dante DiVincenzo and also with Josh Hart, but I want to see your thoughts. Put them down there in the comments. Would it make sense for the Knicks to sign Donte? Do you want them to keep Josh Hart? Let me know. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.